A study to compare the underlying biology and mechanics of chimpanzee muscle to human muscle was undertaken in 2017. In terms of jumping, pushing, pulling and lifting, humans are indeed weaker than most primates, the group of mammals that includes apes and monkeys, the study reports. So if you were to wrestle a chimpanzee in some kind of bizarre battle of the species, you would be at a serious disadvantage. Pound for pound, our closest cousins in the animal kingdom are about 1.35 times more powerful than humans. But don't let that get you down. Human muscles have enabled us to walk and run great distances, providing us with the foraging and hunting abilities that ultimately made us human. These differences in muscles likely emerged within the past 7 million years, when early human ancestors developed more slow-twitch muscle fibres, namely those good for endurance than fast-twitch muscles, which are good for speed and punching. Matthew O'Neill, an assistant professor at the University of Arizona College of Medicine in Phoenix, led the research group that reported the findings, which were published in June of 2017. Apparently, these studies showed that slow fibres are more fatigue resistant than fast fibres, which basically means we humans can do things like run marathons, unlike chimpanzees. The greater number of slow twitch fibres may have evolved because it gave early humans the advantage of being able to travel long distances and forage, and allowed them to rely less on powerful movements for survival and fitness. For years, scientists have suspected that chimpanzees are more powerful than humans, but that suspicion was based largely on anecdotal evidence. Adult chimps are generally smaller than adult humans at around 45 kilograms. Therefore, it has been difficult to accurately compare strength between the two primates. The notion that chimpanzees and other apes have superhuman strength dates back first to tales from European explorers in sub-Saharan Africa in the early 19th century, and then to research in the 1920s by biologist John Bauman, who studied chimps in zoos. In a later series of studies, Bauman found that chimps could pull weights 5 times heavier than the strongest college football player could. One chimpanzee named Suzette supposedly pulled 572 kilograms in a fit of rage, which was nearly 10 times her own body weight, although no other study has recorded anything close to that show of strength since. The 5 times stronger figure stuck for decades until more modern studies in the 1960s refined the estimation to about 2 times stronger. More recently, laboratory-controlled studies on chimpanzee mass-specific muscle performance found that, on average, the animals outperformed humans by a factor of approximately 1.5 times in tasks involving pulling and jumping. Then, the group compared the skeletal muscles under a microscope. One of the advantages of our approach is that we avoid all the complexities involved in trying to elicit maximum performance from a chimpanzee of unknown motivation or interest, and instead get right to the measurement of the muscle tissue, Matthew O'Neill stated. The research also showed that the so-called contractile properties of human and chimpanzee skeletal muscle fibres, that is, how muscle fibres pull two joints together to enable the body to lift or move, are similar. However, the study found that human skeletal muscles differ in fibre length and protein composition. Chimp muscles contained a balance of 3 variants of protein, but human muscles are dominated by 1 variant. This variant enables slower twitching or contracting, which is important for endurance and energy conservation. The researchers' computer simulations revealed that these differences in muscle characteristics increase the maximum dynamic force and power-producing capacity of chimpanzees by a factor of 1.35 compared to humans. The price of that power, though, is that chimps and other apes tire more easily and cannot walk great distances to find food, or for that matter to find new lands and make new discoveries. These findings are independent of body size and instead concern the physical property of individual muscle fibres, it was stated. Both humans and chimps can gain strength through exercise and the creation of more muscle fibres. So, pound for pound, chimps have the advantage in a fight, so we had better stick to long distance running.